Hey guys, Big Lou here. So today I want to talk to you about seller love letters. Seller love letters, okay? In today's market, it's extremely competitive right now. Buyers are looking for whatever advantage they can get to get their offer accepted. And one of the strategies that they're utilizing are seller love letters. And what's a seller love letter? Well, it's we also call it an impact letter. It's a letter describing them, how much they love the property, how much that if the seller chooses their offer, that they're going to take care of the property, that they're going to cherish the property, they're going to love the property as much as the previous sellers did. Now, here's the issue with these seller love letters. It can inadvertently open up the seller and the agent to fair housing liabilities. So these letters can reveal detailed characteristics of the buyer that the seller would have had no knowledge of knowing unless they read the letter or they saw the picture that was accompanied by the letter. Now, what am I talking about as far as characteristics? Well, we're speaking of race, religion, and familial status. Now, the seller could either knowingly or kind of unconsciously make a decision based on what they are seeing, either in the picture or reading from the letter. So that's where that actually can open up fair housing violations for the seller as well as the real estate professional. So what do we do about it? So according to the National Association of Realtors, they actually came out with a report and they're giving 6 recommendations that we should follow as real estate professionals and educate our buyers if they are considering submitting a love letter or an impact letter to the seller. So number 1, talk to your sellers. Let your client know about the potential fair housing violations that they could be subjecting themselves to if they accept seller love letters. Number 2, so if your buyer insists that they want to submit the seller love letter, do not assist them in drafting it. Don't do that, and do not deliver that letter. If you do either, you could be subjecting yourself to fair housing liabilities, whether you're aware of it or not. So that buyer should be either reaching out to the seller directly, dropping it off, or mailing to them, directly. But you as a professional should not be involved in that. So number 3, in the MLS, put a disclosure in there that you will not be receiving or delivering any seller love letters accompanied with the offer. Now, again, you're going to follow the lawful instructions of your seller. Me personally, fair housing liabilities, I want nothing to do with that. So I would be coaching my seller and really being adamant that we should not be receiving these letters because, this is why. Why subject yourself to a liability when you don't have to? So as an agent, it is your right. You can put that in the MLS. You are not violating anything by saying that you will not be accepting seller love letters accompanied with the offer. Number 4, remind your sellers that the acceptance process should be objective, that we're looking at the best possible offer. And that could include either the highest price, it could be the best terms or conditions as far as, contingencies that are on the offer, type of financing. These things are objective, and that's what you should be basing your acceptance on. Number 5. So if you do receive letters, or if you come across seller love letters, or let's say your client received a letter directly from a buyer and they want you to, review it with the offer, don't do it as a real estate professional. Don't do that. Don't read the letters. Once you do, it's going to open yourself up to fair housing liabilities, whether you like it or not. So avoid doing that and let your client know that you will not be doing that. And number 6, this is good practice in itself, is that any offers that your seller is rejecting or accepting, make notes. Have detailed notes as far as why that offer was rejected, whether it was based off of financing, based off of certain contingencies, and so forth. Especially if they accompany it with a letter, you want to make sure that that rejection was due to something objective and not anything discriminatory. Well, there you have it, folks. We had no idea there was so much involved in these seller love letters. I mean, again, they seem harmless, but this is the whole thing that they could be opening yourself up to. All this liability, all this fair housing liability. And I know a lot of agents, we were promoting this. We were saying, listen, give yourself, give that buyer the advantage. But now we see that it could be detrimental to the buyer and opening yourself up to a whole bunch of liability that you should not be doing, at all. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions or if there's other topics that you'd like me to kind of dig in a little bit deeper, please drop me a comment, let me know. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. And guys, until next time, stay safe.